say when
What's up? It's
first the
part
Iron
2 of the
Card came
video, and I'm
to
going to let him go ahead and start it off talking.
Town with Grimjaw, it was Hitsugaya, Masamoto, and Renji. They had each an Iron Card that they had to fight, and because of their little restriction, the premise of their whole guidelines and rules are operating outside of real life anyway. Just keep going. Okay, now
That's true.
let me use this example. Let's say it was you, or let's say it was just the McLovin from Superbad.
Come on, man,
that
McLovin,
was
bro.
Gonna get into a serious fight with Triple H from the wrestling show and shit. Now, do you think it would be smart for McLovin to go up to Triple H and try to fight him one-on-one?
Okay, well, the way I look at it is, if you're McLovin, why are you trying to get into a fight with Triple H anyway? And if you're McLovin and you're as weak as he is, how do you even recruit someone strong enough to even tackle Triple H together? Because if you're comparing Ichigo to McLovin, because that's what it sounds like, then Triple H would be Eisen. If Ichigo's as weak as McLovin, I don't see McLovin ever recruiting someone strong enough to beat Triple H. If that's the same type of, comparison. But I'll keep going with it, though.
Or would it be, let me try this. See, if you're supposed to go up to a motherfucker on the street that's outmatches you in every way, that's like saying you should go up to fucking Oscar De La Hoya and try to pick a fight with him and you ain't had one boxing class. But since you being you don't want to be a pussy, so you got to go after Oscar De La Hoya and get fucked up honorably and possibly killed. But if you think it's smart,
I'm saying though, people in Bleach pick fights against people that are stronger than them. So if you got the balls to pick the fight, have the balls to fight them alone. Now, if you're trying to be smart, you wouldn't have picked the fight anyway. That's my argument. If the dude is stronger than you, you shouldn't pick the fight because you know you're going to lose. But if you're trying to all of a sudden use your smarts so you bring in another guy, that's whack. That's pussy. Because instead of you trying to get stronger off your own self-development, you bring in another guy to outshine you. Because most likely the guy that's needed to help you out, he going to do more work than your ass because you need his help. And that's just me being real on that note. But let's go ahead and go to part 2. By the way, I respect your responses. You've come pretty deep, pretty hard on these.
Alright, now they're not switching it. They're not like swapping it out and putting it somewhere else and switching it. They're creating a barrier around the town so that when they get there, they think they see the town, but it's really protected by a barrier. So they think they're fucking up the town when in fact it's not even getting through the barrier. That's why they had them pillars up. And I would say, and even in that show, there were, I think, what was it? There were at least 2 out of 4 fights that were one-on-one. I can't remember off the top of my head, so let's just keep going.
To throw off Isaac. If you have the power to do that, why don't you just move Isaac to a whole other galaxy? Like, the 5-minute mark, so you know what's going on. People fucking fight. It's like everyone in the world is trying to help him. Like, what the fuck? Like, Soy Phone. Oh, I'm gonna help you get fun. Oh, he gets it in 3 days. Like,
hey, by the way, when I said Soy Fun, I meant Yoruichi. I put that on the video. I hope you saw that part.
Never fucking fight until he reached the age of 18, learning in 3 days.
You gotta think about who Ichigo is. Since you've seen the series, you know that his father's a Shinigami. So
right.
He obviously got some power within him that even Byakuya, when they fought, he kind of hinted to the fact that he knew why he could do the things he can do, but they ain't really elaborate on it. So,
Oh yeah, I got a question, by the way. Are you from Baltimore? I know that's a random ass question, but Yeah, keep going.
Him progressing that far. It's kind of, I look at that little underground training facility like the little hyperbolic chamber in Dragon Ball Z. You can get like a year's worth of training in a day and shit like that. I mean,
Well, if you look at it like that, then once again, the maker of Bleach has succeeded in trying to make his show similar to Dragon Ball Z. So I'm gonna keep going on that.
let's keep going.
That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit.
It's fantasy.
Like, this nigga has no training. He's just a fucking street fighter, basically. But he's like Neo from the Matrix. Like, what the fuck? This is bullshit, man.
Yeah, it's true. He ain't got no technique. He ain't got nothing. Ichigo, okay. I don't care who your dad is. Like, okay, let's look at Michael Jordan's sons. They're never going to be as good as, let's say, I'm not even going to try to name LeBron, because that's asking for too much anyway. They're never going to be as good as, let me see someone that's proven but not great. I want to say Baron Davis. They're never going to be as good as Baron Davis, but their daddy is Michael Jordan. Now, I know what you're saying is fantasy. But, shit, when they showed the flashbacks, right? And on the flashbacks, they mentioned all the former captains. I didn't see his daddy mentioned. But his daddy is the one giving him these genes that's making him perform like a fucking oracle or something. Like a god or something. And really, that's the biggest confusion with the show. It's like, first off, I think his dad was shown using his Shinigami skills in a filler. I believe that was a filler episode. Now, I could be completely wrong, but I can't see that episode being made into a manga just because it was so out of the way. It had no importance to it besides the fact that his dad fought a giant. That's the only importance. I can't see them making a manga chapter just to show his dad fighting a giant. But I'm gonna keep going on that.
Just gonna let that go. Where his daddy gonna pop up at? But, I'm gonna let you keep going.
I mean, the thing is, you watching the show, if she can bring people back to life, that's a cool power or whatever. But you watching the show because what if they kill her? What if something happens to her? You know what I'm saying? You got people getting injured and dying all around, but she's nowhere to be found because she's in Wiccomundo.
Matter of fact, before I say anything, I think you have more.
So, I mean, it all comes down to what you want to see in an anime. So I say, like, just don't watch it. A lot of people don't like Bleach. If you go on YouTube and just Bleach haters or whatever, now some people don't like Bleach according to what they don't like in an anime, which I think is kind of what you're doing. But I'm saying within the context of the show. This is why things make sense in the context of this show. This is this show. I'm not saying, well, I don't like this and this and this. What you're talking about is things that you probably don't like in any anime. And that's cool. You know, that's stuff that you weed out when you watch anime.
Well, not really. Because, in One Piece, Luffy gets his share of help. Naruto, that's all he does is get help. But it's just the way they go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Naruto, he'll walk up to a dude with teammates, That's like their mission. A 4-man squad to go get somebody, to fight somebody. But in Ichigo's case, he will go on his own with the purpose to fight somebody. And then when he gets into a fight against someone weaker than the person he went there to fight, by the way, and he can't beat him, all of a sudden help just comes out of nowhere. It's not the same to me. It's one thing to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're a tactical group. You know what I'm saying? We all, like you said, we're all in our own smart way. We're part of a group. Everybody serves their purpose. We're like a basketball team. We got the role players. We got the star players. Everybody got to do their job if we want to win this ring. You know what I'm saying?